Hello guys, let's continue on with our FF2 Romhack playthrough. Right, so last time we actually completed the Disc Cavern. Why am I at Bosk? Right. So we were told to go and check up on the Dragoons, even though everybody already knew full well that they have been wiped out by the Empire. And let me just everybody knew that they had already been wiped out by the Empire, so what was the point of it all? Well, I don't know. But I suppose it's just one way that the game used to... well, it's not I don't know, it's just that... Barrier and area. The only use was to get us some more levels. And I guess it's the game's way of thinly veiling the plot. Not gonna bother a lot. Anyway, yeah, so after that completely pointless quest, which was just the game's way of giving us some more stats to face off. Hello, puzzled. Why would Discord YouTube? Yep. Mr. is officially sold out. Sold out to who? That's the question. So effectively, Disc Cave prepares us for the next section of the game. Story-wise, yeah, not much of the story. All we were supposed to do is just check up on the Dragoons. We found that pretty much only a woman and her child are left of all the Dragoons. How they survived is something nobody knows. And I suppose the only thing left to do is head back to Altair, report on the status here. What we did accomplish was, I suppose, an act of, can we call it? Holy shit, Flare 3, 1000 damage. Okay, I think I need Flare on Maria as well. I should do that. Finish Death Note. How did you like it? Nice. The ending is so climactic. The only thing left for us is to report on progress. Big bridge music in FF2, yeah. Hey Matt. Heard it was snowing there. How are you managing? Does it not snow often? And I saw you were streaming some Tomb Raider. Was it yesterday or what? How's that going? Oh my god, almost everybody's here. Hey Shihali. Well, I've gotten a lot more used to the hack. I think I know what to expect now, so gonna make some pretty, pretty quick progress. Hopefully, that's the hope. And expecting this is the stage in the game post dist where the enemies really do ramp up. So looking forward to that. How's your Tomb Raider session, Matt? You have a chat on YouTube. I don't even bother. Hey, Pharaoh. Or I do get viewers on YouTube, not for the live stream. I don't even bother with checking YouTube stats. A third TRLA. Oh, I thought this was a second. Oh my god, finally Maria gets power up. Thank you so much. I'm gonna save this shit. In terms of HP, Maria has overtaken Guy as well. Interesting. That's okay, since Guy is supposed to be my black mage, I prefer for him to have the lowest HP. And I guess this. Well, Pharaoh, you gotta make a contribution to the stream to get a special privilege like that. So that's the question. Why do you bother streaming on YouTube at all? It's basically for archiving purposes, that's all. Instead of recording my videos and then uploading to YouTube, might as well live stream at the same time so that at least the video gets saved. Unlike Twitch, YouTube actually saves videos for as long as you want. There you go. It's just for the sake of convenience. Ultimately, if you look at it, my FF2 playthroughs are pretty much aimed at YouTube only. Don't you like Zelda? Well, who said I don't like Zelda? I do like Zelda. I just don't like playing Zelda. But I love the Zelda sounds. Why do I have Navi yelling at me? I just find that sound so adorable. Hey, listen! Watch out! Keep grinding spells. So yeah, just got to report back to Altair about our progress. Pretty much everybody knew that the Dragoons have been wiped out. The Good Samaritan act that we did was to submerge the last Hiryu egg. Is debating playing this affair after sign? Like, I want to suffer. Well, I got one good news for you. I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of viewers. The more the suffering, the more the viewers is what I've come to know. All for good reason. You could play TAY. What's that? It's just that the suffering shouldn't go so over the top that you actually just, you know, like throw your laptop or something. The After Years, FF4. I've heard a lot about it. Fanfic quality FF4 sequel. But I'm sure the After Years is not bad in terms of gameplay. It's repetitive. Huh. Wow. Never thought I'd say this, but Shihali saying it's repetitive and you don't like it. I mean, isn't that Dragon Warrior territory? How do you justify this comment, Shihali? But yeah, apparently, I don't think it's chaptered. Based on what I've heard about the After Years, it's not bad in terms of gameplay. I don't think it's a lot of suffering. But apparently the story is pretty bullshit. Story is a bunch of bullshit. So if you go for that kind of stuff, you probably won't enjoy it. And you just hearing about the name, you can kind of see where they were trying to take. They were trying to build on the success of FF4. Several times different chapters in one area as you go through the same path through dungeon repeatedly. Oh. That does sound bad. Zach, hey! So did you finish your FF3 grind? What's going on in FF3? I keep pressing the select button when I mean to press the start button. One you don't like do cool things. Oh my god! Is our famous bard in the After Years. Remember the good rectify hotel? Yep, that's Odin for you. That's Odin for you, and that's FF3 for you. The princess has a strange smile. You must have seen it. Huh, really? Yeah, I know. The princess is locked herself in her room. Well, she is sad. What's with her? Is she in love? Seriously, the stereotypes. The spoony pa. Well, press F for Tella. The poor Hiryu. I'm worried. The princess has been eating like a rat lately. No, spoony. Without hitting things. Post-mortem research. You thought he was mandatory, did you? That's news to me. Prince Gordon is strong. Okay, to hell with you. Princess looks strange, so everybody is pointing us towards the princess. Let's go check her out. I mean, obviously she would be incredibly sad about the loss of her father. But she does have duties after all. Guy doesn't even bother to say, hey, yeah, check the guide now. Oh my god. He's way too powerful for the stage where you're supposed to take him on. I mean, not supposed to. Currently, yeah, he's way too powerful. But I think given enough luck, you should be able to beat him. I would say he's the same difficulty as Garuda. Only problem with Garuda is that obviously he's not optional. I need to talk to Furion. What's going on here? Come here. Princess? But... Whoa! Has Hilda lost her mind? Once again, I forgot the name of this track. Apparently it's a very popular track. Hurry, I'm waiting. Garuda doesn't have 31k HP. Yeah, but you also fight him at, I don't know, what level were you when you fought him without grinding? Is it even possible to get to that stage without grinding? I don't think so. What the hell? You aren't Hilda? Ha, correct. Prepare to die, fool. Oh shit, Hilda became a monster. So here's our next boss fight. God knows what they would have done with the Lamia Queen. Level 28. Yeah, that sounds about right. I would say he's very difficult at level 28, but if you didn't face any difficulties, that's great. Oh no, the snake! Yeah. You know, much more explicit than Oh, I should have put Maria in the back row. People are going to die, but let's just see. Lighting for mood, yeah. Let's just go all out. Now, Wink 3, interesting. So she still has Wink. I guess they won't really change the bosses significantly. She is potentially one of the hardest bosses in the game. Lamia Queen. She's got a 8-hit attack, and at this stage in the game, you are nowhere near evading 8 hits. Once again, black magic is the way to go. Actually, I wanted to see if we can curse her. The thing about FF2, one of the things I dislike about FF2 is that bosses don't have a lot of status immunities. Of course, because of certain mechanics, even if they did have status immunities, you can say, what? I mean vanilla FF2, okay? Not the Romhack. Let me be very clear. So she absorbed Curse. Curse is body elemental. What about Stun? Don't tell me she absorbs everything. Blink Fire, holy crap, is gonna miss, isn't it? Okay, Blink Fire didn't do a lot. Nice, so Stun works on her. Yeah, that's the effect of Blink Fire. Unfortunately, our physical attacks are going to be pretty useless, but then again, in this ROM hack, physical attacks haven't proved to be very stellar. So, there is no indication whether she's still paralyzed. So we'll go ahead and assume she's still paralyzed, and yeah, nuke. Keep trying to nuke her. She'll have a lot of HP, being a boss and all. Flare 3, 615 damage. So once again, makes me wonder what role does magic defense play here? Because on regular ass enemies, Flare 3 was doing over 1000 damage. But obviously there's quite a bit of damage reduction here. So this gives me a very clear indication that bosses from now on will have a lot of magic defense. Magic defense, magic evade, still don't know how exactly they implemented this in FF2. Oh, GG! So stun worked really well. Can half damage compared to no magic defense. I still don't understand how that works. Because, I mean, specifically related to damage spells, they are auto hits. So if you've got Fire 10, you're gonna get 10 hits of Fire 10 and an additional 10, I believe, based on your intelligence. Oh, so is that what you mean? If the enemy avoids the next 10 hits, that is the half defense you're talking about. Actually, yeah, that does make sense. Thanks, Layla. Never underestimate a female. Never underestimate a female. Yeah, so what's implied here is that Firion got tricked into, well, whatever, tricked by what he saw as Hilda. What my question here is, how the hell did Maria allow this? So where's the real princess? News, people! There's a tournament at Paramikia and the prize is Hilda! We must save her! How the hell did she end up there? Please, Firion, you must save the princess. May I help you? I owe it to myself to help. Gordon, you can help me by just staying dead, please. Firion, it's okay. I'll stay behind and organize a rebellion. One of the yeah, very, very. I never thought about that. Maybe it just maybe the scene didn't proceed that far. The Lamia Queen didn't want to risk anything. Maybe she had some dignity too. So now we got the amazingly spoony Gordon back. Oh look, he's alive at 0 HP. Yeah, that's a bug in the NES version. What does he have equipped? Yeah, pretty much stripped him. He's not going to be with us for long, so whatever. He can go to hell. So turns out that the princess was an imposter. How is this possible? What do these guys have to say? The number of times I've played and I still haven't memorized these dialogues. They say the Emperor personally came to the arena for the tournament. This may be a chance for a sneak attack. Aha! So kill two birds with one stone, eh? Save Princess Hilda who's been captured at Paramikia. And also destroy the Emperor who's attending personally. Layla is organizing a rebel army here in Altia. And as we'll see in the future, she's going to do an admirable job of it. Prince Gordon is hoping for the best. He's with us, you know. Paramikia is south of Kashuan. It's surrounded by a desert with very strong monsters. Maybe not as strong now, after Dist. Please, return Princess Hilda to safety. The Dragoons couldn't defeat the Empire. Boo-hoo. The princess is being held as a prize in the arena. Hasn't Min returned yet? Aren't you worried about the princess? I suppose he's more practical than that. Running twice the experience. Yeah, exactly. Underwater area gives a lot of experience, but I think it's short on money. So you need to make a decision whether you want money or you want more experience. Probably at this stage, more experience. What was I going to do now? Yeah, I got the Protect Ring as a drop. So she still drops a Protect Ring. Still don't know why it's called Defense. I'll give that to my mage, obviously. Oh, look at that defense. It is called the Defense Ring after all. Guy is 338 in shields. Oh my god. Everybody's struggling for shield levels. This is going to cost me. Let me just sell off the extra junk. Magic Staff, Echo Screen, Ethers. I think I have plenty of Ethers. Okay, I don't really have any extra stuff. Cool. I've kept my inventory relatively clean. So it turns out that the one that we actually rescued from the warship was an imposter Princess Hilda. That's a good job by the Empire. Very strategic thinking. And it was the imposter who actually helped in killing the king off. Still don't understand why they would want the king dead even though he was on his deathbed. But I suppose it's for morale. I mean, hurting morale, obviously. Keep grinding all the spells. And Empire just likes killing in this game. In this game and in the next game. Also FF5. These are just proper villains, you know. Pure evil. I think in the normal game, these pirates are relatively weak, but they are actually stronger than Layla's crew for whatever reason. Layla's crew has like the pirates in Layla's crew have like 80 HP, and these guys have 100 HP in vanilla game. And I always found that funny. Random pirates are stronger than Layla's crew. So either she's got a incredibly incompetent staff, or it's just that maybe she's that good of a leader. So now we are in very dangerous territory. That you did mention that the area around Paramikia is full of dangerous monsters. So I believe this is the first time we are meeting up with poison toads. And is that good of a leader, yeah. As she's going to show shortly. I mean, it just takes her such a short time to just giddy everyone up, collect the rebellion, and go on the offensive against the Empire. She's been charged the entire with the Golden. Well, did Gordon decide though? The only thing Gordon was focused on was rescuing Hilda. Layla said that, you know what, obviously you're not thinking straight. Maybe Gordon's already emotionally involved with Layla, but not Layla, Hilda. Someone needs to stay back. Someone needs to stay back and run this shop. So it's at that point that Layla keeps a cool head and says that, hey, I'll be the one. And everybody's okay with it because she's got experience with that kind of stuff. And it's also very nice to see that in such an old game you actually have a very powerful woman character. I won't say Maria has been portrayed particularly well, but Layla, yeah, there we go. Really isn't the man for it, clearly. Maybe he's best an advisor. Advisor! Ah, I would never take his advice. Figurehead chief. Exactly. I was just going to say that. I think he's best. He serves best as a figurehead because the people seem to think pretty highly of him for whatever reason. Maybe they are bigger idiots. But yeah, if Gordon can just give everyone hope, his job is done. As far as we are concerned, he just needs to stay out of the way. Even Hilda, to a certain extent. I mean, who the hell asked her to feel guilty about the entire mess that she's putting us in and come and fetch us in Cashwan? Thus leading to the entire debacle of the warship. But princesses, you can forgive them for pretty much everything. Oh, I hate this poison. Can I multi-target Asuna? I've never tried this. How accurate is Asuna? Is it more competent than Gordon? Amen. Oh my god. Wow, Asuna 4 multi-target actually worked. That surprises me no end. Certainly forgive Princess for being captured and replaced by Lamia, I suppose. So the Ramona was competent. Nope, nobody's competent. The Emperor. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I'm still debating whether he would have been better off just ruling hell. Why did he have to be so greedy? Okay, taking quite a lot of damage in that fight. Man, those poison toads. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious to see that the difficulty is going to ramp up. I'm going to use Maria's MP for cure because she's not using any magic at the moment. We probably Ferocity of Degeneration, yeah. Requires long-term thinking. Maybe he was also swept up in the emotions of the moment. How dare these insects even try to take me on? I'm much more impressed by the speech that the Light Emperor did. The Light Emperor made. He almost convinced me to just give it all up. You know, why bother with revenge and all? Oh hey, by the way, what's the status on your person-sized blanket which you were shopping for? Lamia was supposed to do that. Where's the Bloodlands? Do you not get the Bloodlands in the ship? Where you also recruit Arya? Or is that the Blood? Oh right, that is. I believe that's the Blood Sword, not the Bloodlands. Got my hands. Oh nice. So yeah, the Bloodlance is pretty OP. Bloodsword is weak, no doubt about that. But the Bloodlance, yep. $30 from Walmart. I'm assuming that is cheap. Not an FF2. Yeah, I think your opinion of FF2's Bloodsword is very, very clear. Double Bloodswords, anyone? But yeah, unfortunately, the debacle of the Bloodsword in FF2 is pretty well known. So it's very clear to see the magic defense at play here. Guy was doing 1000 damage with his flare. Around 1000 damage to all the sea monsters, but here where the difficulty has ramped up a little bit, he's doing 500. I guess this 800 roll was above average. Plus generally high health means that the fights are going to take longer, but it also means that it's a good opportunity to level up all our skills again. My only problem here is that the melee skills are not leveling up fast enough. Yes, it does point to, it does indicate that you're expected to grind. I'm just trying to see a way past it. Twas gross pay. Have to feed me well for a week. Well, that's good. Stop also leveled up. So, should I keep working on magic? Everything is at level 4, which is a good level. You know what, I think level 4 will stop there for now. So no more grinding for these spells, I'll just start using them as and when I require. What am I doing? No, I wanted fire up. So flare is going to be the go-to spell, and fire, bolt and ice for exploiting weaknesses. Only problem is that weaknesses, I mean, normally I would have memorized pretty much everybody's weaknesses, but it's slightly different in this scenario. So I guess I'll need to explore for weaknesses. The toads should be weak to ice. I believe it's general Final Fantasy tradition. Is some magic? Really? Why would you say that? I personally I believe that FF2 has much more tools in terms of magic than FF3. FF2 gives you magic, offensive magic, debuffs, buffs, a way to block magic, a way to refill your MP. You can buy spells and freely swap them in and out. Yeah, that is a very convenient gesture in FF3. Even though I'm taking so much damage, nobody's getting a HP up, sadly. So that is pretty bad. Better in concept. Yeah, better in concept. I would have liked an amalgamation. Oh shit, I hate these guys. These guys are prime time stun lock territory in base game. Okay, we'll see what we're gonna do here. It's cool magic, it's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. So we'll put yeah, so that leveling up, if you leveled up fire or fire spell and you got, let's say, Fire later on, it would go off the same levels. Keep leveling up barrier and slow. We'll see what these guys have before actually using slow. Use it or don't get it. Yeah, exactly. I think the reason physical attacks are more convenient is that first of all, they are free, they don't use MP, and MP is a big pain in the ass early game. Not only do you have to grind MP, but in order to constantly replenish MP, you only have ethers, and ethers are hell over expensive. Yeah, I think the reason that physical attacks are just plain superior, much more convenient in FF2 is because you have weapon classes, whereas as Shihali pointed out, you don't have spell classes. Each spell is considered its individual class, which is effectively no class at all. So what happens is that you start off with, let's take example of a sword. You just start off with a basic sword and you level up your sword skills, and then when you get a better sword, it works off that very same. Okay, these guys are not really able to, wow, that's a lot of damage, but they don't have a lot of hits, so at least I'm good in terms of that. So when you get a better sword, instantly your damage instantly goes up without having to level up that exact same weapon once again. So that's why I feel that if there was a concept of spell classes, exactly as Shihali pointed out, it would have been a lot more convenient. So if you leveled up fire early game, and let's say you got Fire later on, of course this is all theoretical, but do remember that they had to work with some very big restrictions in this game. And plus, at the time it came out, magic was considered inferior in any case. Remember that FF is based on Dungeons and Dragons, of course, and at the very least, compared to Final Fantasy 1, magic is much more useful in FF2. Want to improve. Physical defense turns into moves. Yeah, that's a good point. No, but you use lower level. Yeah, that's why I think one of the best improvements was in FF4, where each spell costs a certain amount of MP only, and there you go. From how powerful casters become. I did not know that. That is interesting. Because magic is very underwhelming in. I have a problem with the spells per day policy. I think it's pretty ridiculous. I don't think that you should be allowed to cast spells willy-nilly like they did in the FF1 GBA remake. But at the same time, there has to be some kind of balance. I thought the original FF1 was very restrictive. At best, you could get 9 spell charges for each spell. Even if that went up to 20, I feel that would be way too low. Your 10 game costs 10 MP, yeah. Direct damage for mid tiers. Exactly. So you need to keep that perspective in mind. So magic was expected to be inferior anyway. And then you have to consider all sorts of restrictions. Of course, we are talking about most of the spells. FF2 in particular has some very broken spells, instant death spells. Are we ready for this? So we are finally at the Colosseum, and there is the Emperor. Fight now! The winner shall have Hilda, Princess of Fen. AoE hurts you more than it helps you. So we have to fight a goddamn behemoth to win Princess Hilda in this tournament. Every time I see this, the only question I ask is, what the hell does the behemoth want? Why does he want to win Princess Hilda? Bestiality. But yeah, that's actually a good point. You can do AoE with magic, which you can't with physical attacks. Of course, that was remedied in later games with abilities like Cake and yeah, there were physical AoE abilities in the later Final Fantasy, weren't there? But yeah, specifically for FF2, why magic? Certain types of magic are OP is that you got instant death spells, and one of the points I was alluding to is that bosses don't have a lot of immunities. They just straight up rely on their magic defense. From expensive which you can't use in dungeons, yeah. The tournament ruined FF1 dungeon crawl junction. That's very true. Again, there's the context. Okay, this dude doesn't have a lot of defense. What about his attack? And he's called Colossus. Why is he called Colossus? Interesting. So at this time in gaming, magic was considered as a privilege rather than a right. Even though you had the black mage and white mage classes, I still don't understand what they were expected to do if not use magic every turn. Continuing with my point, bosses in FF2 pretty much primarily rely on their magic defense. So all you have to do is pass a magic defense test, and you do that primarily by leveling up your spells. So once you figure out that instant death, by leveling up your instant death spells, all you have to pass is a magic defense of 5 or 6. You level up your instant death spells to a certain level, and then you find that you're just killing everything willy-nilly. The allocation is more correct. Yeah. Definitely, they give you a lot more spell charges. And am I? This boss is pretty underwhelming. What is up here? He definitely has a lot of HP, but why hasn't he managed to do any damage? And 173 is not a lot of damage. Lot of HP. Wow, this guy has buckets of HP. Not a lot of defense. We are doing more damage to this guy than we were doing to random encounters. You do that machine gun fist, Gordon. At some point in time, I do need to refill Guy's MP. Glad to see that he has lots and lots of MP now. Oh my god, why won't he die? That means there's plenty of healing. I would go as far as to disagree with even that. You can carry 99 heal potions, and trust me, 99 heal potions is not enough. And on top of that, you have a white mage's 9 cures, 9 cure 2s, that is at max level. And I don't think you can get 9 cure 3s. And forget about cure 4s unless you've grinded up to level 50. So compared to 99 heal potions and 99 tents if you're on the overworld, I see that as very restrictive. And generally your cure 2, cure 3 and cure 4 slots you would want to use on some other spell, either in battle or out, no, not out of battle. Oh my god, this behemoth, what is wrong with this guy? Oh wow, he is beefy. I've just been wailing on him for how many turns now? So I guess his gimmick is survivability, eh? Dude just won't give up. Even though he's not hitting very hard, he'll survive enough turns to actually cause a decent bit of damage. White mage versus the black. Oh yeah, definitely. Comparing that to a black mage, I would say you've got a very valid point. A white mage has you generally tend to use white mage is far more effectively used than a black mage in FF1. Much less restrictive rather. I don't know, Jenkins final boss, I know, right? Twice over. This is ridiculous. You don't interfere with white nearly as often. Exactly, very good point. But also, the black mage's spells wane off very early. you're much more reliant on your physical attackers. So even though a black mage has a lot of spell charges for his early level spells, you find that you have no use for those spells. So what do? Black mage has more utility on his higher level spell charges, and you just don't get enough of that. Whereas for a white mage, you can still use his early level cures even late in the game, although it's not going to heal, obviously going to heal very, very little. That's the same as a heal potion though. percent of poking at enemies with third level spells. Example makes a white mage broken powerful in that game. Fun fact, Zach, anybody can wield the Masamune, even the black mage. Okay, now I'm starting to get worried here. Am I missing something with the behemoth? Unfortunately, there's no Libra in this game. It's wasted on the black. It's wasted on the white. Am I missing something here? What the hell is going on? Offer anyway on top of being able to heal. Well, if you're using a white mage, yes. If you're using a black mage, then also yes. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do here? Thankfully, I do have an ether, but we're getting in very dangerous territory here of me just not being able to kill this guy. This is ridiculous, man. Oh my god, this dude deserves a... Wow. Wow, was that a fight. Well done indeed. Come, take your reward. Ah, Furion. You thought I didn't see you, boy? Oh, we got. That was a good idea. Well, in all honesty, we didn't really have a choice. We had to come here to save Princess Hilda anyway. Fortunately, his lackeys are lacking in the brains department or the planning department. And of course, not only did they keep all our equipment with us, they also gave us incredibly stupid jail cells. Of course, this one is apparently a very powerful jail cell. But in the only reason But I like to believe... Oh, look at Furion's HP. Need speak, anyone? There's the Masamune and the white mage. That's cool. I like to think that they put us in a jail cell which is very close to the entrance, and that's what made it very easy for Paul. I mean, how the hell did Paul make it in here anyway? Why should I even not in the castle? Must have been again. Must have been his underlings deciding all this kind of stuff. And here we get Paul, who somehow managed to sneak in, and this scene is actually very indicative. Thump, whoosh, boom. What? Could have sworn it was not this in the original translation. Original, I mean the one that I played the most. It's only my way of saying thanks. I don't like owing favors. Go now. This is very indicative of Paul's strength. I mean, we have fought captains and we know how powerful they are. And imagine, although it was a back attack, if he managed to one-shot a captain, imagine how cool it would have been if Paul was in the party. Paul was a playable character. It feels like a missed opportunity. But that's just me. It's not like you could add anything into this game if you wanted to. It's just too restrictive. The very fact that they managed to sneak a story in, however light it might be, is in itself a great achievement. I keep repeating that because I'm just in awe. I'm just in awe of this. And God only knows how much HP that behemoth had. He's also a random encounter outside, unrunnable random encounter, I must add, outside Mysidia. So if I run into that, you know, I think it just might be a reset. Because that battle, although it was just the sheer will of survival. How much damage would one have to have? How much damage output would one have to compete with that? To finish that in a low number of turns. Dual Zomb, okay, that's a better name. That's nice. Flare leveled up, so the damage is going to significantly go up. So the thing about magic we were discussing, apparently this Romhack fixes that. So normally the damage that you get from spells is, although it has a damage range, effectively you can say it is equal to the base damage of the spell multiplied by whatever level you've granted it up to. But apparently in this Romhack they've increased it a lot so that leveling up actually does more than just add a multiplier. What exactly does it do has not been specified, but it's very clear to see that the damage goes up exponentially. Not exponentially, that would be too much. But it does go up a lot. And I'm just wondering, now that I've got the non-elemental flare spell, what use are fire, ice and bolt? I'm not even bothering with checking for weaknesses now because of the amount of damage that flare is doing. And in the time it took Guy to kill everybody else, the physical attackers have just been wailing on one damn stalactite and not even finished with it. Just can't get used to how bad physical attacks are. Just how underwhelming. Guys, consistently getting MP up. That is good, that is good. HP wise we are okay. I do need ethers on Guy. Hi-yo! Elixir, another ether, and an ether. Oh, that is a cottage, okay. I'll need to remember to immediately use that cottage because I have a very bad habit of just keeping them in my inventory. After all, I may need to use them later. So this is potentially the most dangerous area in the game because we can run into the infamous Harvey Specter. Oh, speak of the devil. Probably gonna die in this fight. Yeah, but we'll try to survive. Obvious weakness was fire. Put 2 or 3 in memory in case I needed them. Needed what? Sorry? I've lost context here. Didn't even bother checking whether debuffs would work on the undead. Undead usually resist everything. Life at level 1. No instant death though. No instant death allowed for me. Cabins. Oh, okay. It's generally a good idea, but thing is, you've got cures, and if you want to level up your cures, the best way to do it, obviously, use your spells to cure up even 1 HP. And then to recover MP, just use ethers. So that's the strategy I go with. So I never bother with cabins. But they have more than 700 damage. But what is encouraging here is that the term for them in FF2. It's cottages, but yeah, I get what you mean. Multi-target fire 7. It is hitting a weakness that should be very clearly stated. It's doing 700 damage multi-target. This is fire 6. So that is very encouraging. Like 3 different terms for them. Well, there are 3 different items. Tents and cabin, yeah, houses are significantly different than tents and cabins. But a lot of damage. Yeah, exactly. So here is Hilda. Let's just now look at this jail cell. Eh? How did we so easily break it? Use cottage for the house. Gordon, take the princess and run. So Gordon, how does he not get into a random encounter is beyond me, but somehow he just made his escape from here, so he mustn't be as incompetent as we give him credit, or the lack thereof, for. Like, just to confuse me. But the houses in FF1 are just significantly different to either tents or cabins. Thing in FF1 is that that was the only way you could save your game, which was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous when I found out. But again, 1988. Games in 1988, man. Probably, yeah, it did. But I'm glad to see that they tried to remain as faithful to the original as possible, especially in the case of FF2. I actually called it what they intended to, and not Grewolf or Groger. They should be weak to fire, since one of them is an undead and the remaining 2 are plants. Definitely weak to fire. Guy needs an MP up. But despite all the improvements, the Origins version is still pretty rough compared to modern games. Maybe they were still hitting technical restrictions even in the PlayStation era. That would be pretty shocking. But I still very much prefer those 2D graphics to say 3D like FF7. My god, it's horrifying. FF7 is just horrifying. I am attempting to play that off stream these days, but yeah, I just find myself going back to FF5 or FF2. Maybe I should just give it up, but I want to see who this Sephiroth guy is. What is the big deal about Sephiroth? Gilgamesh, Sephiroth, and Kefka are probably the three names that I'm most curious about in Final Fantasies. At least now I know Gilgamesh is hype. Oh, Nightmare. Actually, no. I think these guys are fine. Gilgamesh is Mage Rage indeed. I should have a command to play that Big Bridge music on demand. Can a single target flare take one of you guys out? I don't think so. Again, these guys are very beefy. Well, at least Furion and Maria getting some... Oh my god, not able to one-shot them. Fantastic. So I'll weaken every one of them up and then try to take them out with multi-target spells. So he has less than 1300 HP. And I already did 1000 HP worth of damage to the dude in the back. Which means I'm going on the right track. Just trying to be as efficient as possible. I think it's very obvious that fights are going to take a long time. No matter what. Or maybe the intention was for me to grind. I keep coming back to that. Maybe we were supposed to grind to such a level where we could one-shot these guys. I don't even want to think about it. I'm doing over 1000 HP worth of damage. That's not enough to one-shot these guys. I mean, barely enough to one-shot them. That is scary stuff. That is scary stuff. Although admittedly it's only Flare 4. So if Flare 4 is doing this much damage, just imagine. Oh my god, we are dealing with some very high numbers here. Flare 4 multi-target did only 191 damage. So unless I'm hitting a weakness, multi-targeting is probably not the way to go. Why did I heal her up? That was a waste of MP. She still has 35 MP though. So now that we finally rescued Princess Hilda and we have escaped from the prison, once again, as always, we go back to base town. New monsters, ant lions. These guys are again horrible in the vanilla game. But looks like either they've been nerfed or Furion and Maria have plenty of evasion. More than I expected, that's for sure. Let's try weaknesses. Traditionally, they are weak to ice. Are they weak to ice? Desert creatures should be weak to ice, no? Would that kind of logic work? Oh, hell yeah. Ah, the standard paralysis of the antlion. But if they do have an elemental weakness to exploit, Guy will make short work of them. And in general, the strategy I'm going for in this playthrough is just, I guess, a traditional FF Final Fantasy strategy of kill them before they kill you. Normally, the thing that I love about FF2 is that it's got so many defensive options. One of the challenges I was thinking of was a survival challenge where I'd force myself to drag every battle at least 10 turns just to demonstrate that you can get to a point where enemies just cannot do anything to you, no matter how many turns you spend in that battle. But I think that'd be way too... am I going the right way? I need to look at the map. And that's one of the things that disappointed me in FF3 and FF4. FF5 on the other hand, I don't need to worry. Barriers at 4, slow is at 3. I'll get slow to 4 and then stop for the time. Shell is at 4, Asuna is at 4. Asuna needs to be at 5 at some point in time, but I think it'll get up there naturally. And yeah, life needs to be at least level 2 because in the NES version, life can actually miss. So we need levels on life so that at base 50% chance to hit, at least we can guarantee that on allies. Are these guys weak to ice? Going by my logic of desert monsters being weak to ice, traditionally they are not, but they're not hitting very hard either. So I don't expect them to... Oh, never mind. Crippling weakness to ice. So that logic did work. Map, where is map? Piece select. Yeah, I was going the wrong way. So it's back to base camp for... Oh god, these guys just poison me and then just disallow me from gaining stats for the battle. Desperately wish they had fixed that, but what can you do? Because by this time in the game, I am used to having so much evasion that there's no way that these guys even will land a hit on me. Not in this game though. So gotta take a bunch of hits to the face, gotta get poisoned, and just gotta accept that fact. I hate that. And yeah, speaking of a DPS race, FF3 and FF4 were classic DPS races. You could not come up with a defensive strategy. Holy shit, what kind of damage is that? Plus poison. What should I do? Hey Thorio! Are you off work now? How's it going here? Well, you can see two of my guys are poisoned and we are facing off against 4 poison toads. And I hate poison, so I think you couldn't have timed your entry any better than this. Just got home. Yeah, nice. I believe you will be streaming in another half hour. What are you streaming these days, by the way? I think today's Wednesday, so it's not FF9, is it? What was I supposed to do here? Thorio's entrance just completely threw me off my thought process. Now this goes to shit when I show up. But in the case of FF2, that is very much desirable. What is it doing? Do I need Blink on Firion? No. Firion needs to take some more damage to gain some HP. I'll use Asuna later. Today is Kirby, I see. I was actually going to create a GIF or a small video to play every time you show up, like to emphasize the Thorio effect. The Thorio effect is currently in play, which means I might run into a King Behemoth even when I shouldn't. Could cast Blink on Maria, but I'm gonna try Blink multi-target. I need Blink to save my ass in this stupid fight. Gotta keep you on your toes, absolutely. Gotta keep me from drifting off to sleep while playing FF2. Can't have things too boring now, can we? No, single target. I think we'll get rid of them one by one. One by one, when 2 toads are left, I'll use Asuna to get rid of this annoyance. Hey, look at that physical damage compared to the magic damage. Ridiculous. How's it going, my man? How's work these days? It seems like a very long time since I've chatted with you, either on your stream or on my stream. This is the time for Blink, and Blink is only at 3. Alright, I meant to single target it always. I'm probably going to suffer here. But for the time being, why does he not have Blind? And speaking of Blind, it just occurred to me that nobody has dropped any spell books, which is very, very strange. Very strange. Nope, Blink didn't do shit. So it looks like I need to single target Blink. Stop 4 didn't work and stop 4 didn't work. Okay, either they're immune to stop or stop 4 multi-target is no longer good enough. First use Blink on yourself. I guess I need Blink at a higher level. What about stun? I'm just trying for multi-target damage here. Now I'm actually worried that Firion might die. Aha, look at that, stun 4 worked. So maybe they are immune to stop. Stop is mind elemental, if I remember correctly. I just never use these spells. Now it's time for Asuna. And let's systematically kill them off. I still can't get over the fact that Asuna is working. It's working in battle. Very, very convenient. Obviously not going to heal up Firion or Maria. That's the secret of success in FF2. Never heal in battle. Now hopefully we'll all get our turns before the damn poison toad. Oh wait, he's stunned, isn't he? Screw him then. So stun and stop might be my potentially might be my best tactical tools. Definitely should use them more often. And speaking of cottages, I think I should go ahead and use one here. Took a lot of damage, used a lot of magic as well. Firion gained magic. Cool, so this section of the game is done. We have successfully made our escape from the Colosseum. Princess Hilda has been rescued. What awaits us back at Base Town? What are our next marching orders? Barrier, the higher The higher level the barrier goes, the better it is for me. Because every level of barrier grants you a certain immunity against a certain element. So there is really no cap that I want to give barrier. If it's possible, I'd like to take it past 8 as well, but leveling in this game, very slow. Slow at 4 is fine. Shell at 4 is fine. I think I'll level up Blink to 4 or 5 at least so that I can use it multi-target. I'm much better if you care about Cloud. What's a Bishonen? Or Bishonen, how do you pronounce that? Kefka must be experienced. Well, there you are again. Giving me a taste, but not quite. Yep, Kefka must be experienced. I'm en route for that. Bishonen, okay. Bishonen. Pretty young man. Sephiroth is a pretty young man. Oh. The only thing I know about him is that he was formerly from Soldier. By the way, great naming of apparently an elite group of mercenaries. I assume is an elite group of mercenaries. Who knows? Beautiful messages time and time again. Have you now? How come I haven't quoted that? I'll do that right away. With a bit of a Bishonen style. Is that what is meant by beautiful? Oh. Yes, questions. Hey, come on. Don't say that about our emperor. Several the superlative fashion sense. Is that all what he's about? Well, there's a lot of Bishonen. So back at Altair, nothing but finding out if it looks good enough or not. Nah, I would disagree. He goes for the impact, you know. He goes for the impact. He's in a position of power. Something that Emperor is actually good at. She'll tell you 10 things. The only thing he's not good at is dispatching of 3 young children. And that's what proved to be his undoing. Sadly. Can't even call them young now, can we? What ages are they? Firin and Maria, okay, Guy is like 20 something. Always talk upon ethers. How many ethers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why the hell do I have an antidote? Magic staff. Yeah, screw this. Can you see this photos? On the mid to late 20s. That would be a fair assumption. I think I have plenty of ethers, especially for this short portion of the game. The Japans are probably 16. I mean, look at Guy. Does he look 16? Maria, probably. No, she looks much older than 16. And Guy is 16, Leon is 19. Slightly older than you'd think. Okay, what are we supposed to do now? There is nobody in the hideout. God damn, I wish there was Dash here. These people even know what a mortgage is. They don't even know what a job is. They were Maria's parents. Oh, did they? They live together? What? That is news to me. The rebel army stood up and is going to retake Finn Castle. Oh yeah, and this is all Layla's doing. Princess Hilda and Prince Gordon set up camp around there. Go there now. I don't know what this FF2. Not FF3, you mean? FF3 is where the characters actually became accustomed to a job. Guy Laskin and Firen the Orphan. Oh! Oh, did not know that. That is news to me. Interesting. So is that why they are close from the start, and not just because they were the only three to escape from Finn? That I find very interesting, because Guy is well, he's a kind of a nature lover. Doesn't really care about education and you know, the social stuff. It's just Guy, but better. Lots escape from Finn. Really? Oh right. We've got an entire city full of Finn escapees. So here they've set up camp, including thrones for Hilda and Gordon for whatever reason. Attack as long as the castle stands. Leave no foe alive. Suddenly Gordon is full of energy. Firen, I can't thank you enough. We're gonna try to take back Finn Castle. They're all weeps. Look who's talking. Look who just finished Death Note. I just want to confirm that she is indeed Hilda. It's okay, I'm the real one. GG. So let's go ransack Finn Castle finally. Oh, come on. Stupid encounter. What's Death Note? Kappa? FX's has the highest average age. Sadly, in all this conversation, FF1 gets lost. Nobody knows how old the Light Warriors are. Why did I go into the city? We need to take back Finn Castle now. As always. Oh hey, look who it is. Everyone is barely worth talking about. Don't say that, Thorio. Hey, you guys need me on your side. Indeed we do. So she must have got sick and tired of bossing people around. Or maybe Gordon just said, you know what Layla, I'm back and you can get the hell out. Sienna's one really brings up the average. Well, if you're talking about old men, does Stella count? Even though he spends very little time with us. What about Tella? What about Fusoya? One thieves didn't have steam. Yeah, good point. FF1's thief didn't have a good attack either. Nor did he have magic. Nor did he have... Well, he was pretty much useless. The entire premise of FF1's thief was to just babysit him through half the game until he became a ninja, in which case he would become slightly less useless. So I could convert this to the Pandemonium calendar. I mean, does their hibernation count though? If you count their hibernation, and you need to apply bank logic for that. So if you forget about their, if you discount their hibernation, then probably they're not that old. But with hibernation, you're wrecked. I just reverse association. Those two should be reversed. Yeah. How the fuck is H25? Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's a childish adult. I just 24 going on 14. But it's very clear to see that FF4 did drive the average up, possibly single-handedly. Obviously, we've got Galoof as well in FF5. I'm a childish adult, leave Edge alone. Well, you're not yet in your tweens, so you don't have a right to talk. Go to your room, puzzled. No, I wanted to save on slot 2, please. Actually, why not just reuse slot 1? It's not like I'm gonna... At least he gets Rydia. Excuse me? Does he get Rydia? Rydia can't even be bothered with him. Rydia Parliament Forum dropping the average down. So Rydia's another interesting specimen. How do you count Rydia's age? Would you apply fast forwarding on it, or how? In fact, now that I think about it, does anyone know what is the time span that FF4 happened in? Is it like half a year, 1 year, less than that? She's kudere. Don't judge. Once again, you call me a weeb and you use a term that I have never heard of. The only tere terms that I've heard about are tsundere and the other one that I'd heard about, I've forgotten already. Okay, these guys are hitting on Layla. Fantastic. Oh my god. Future Diary, if anybody's seen Future Diary, what Dere do you call that girl? God damn it, it's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. Nandere or something? What do you call that trope? You got some weeb analysis. Yeah, you blame it on your girlfriend. I think I see past that now. You use the Maelstrom tags for boobs on your stream, and you use your girlfriend as a cover for anime. I see what's going on, puzzle. I see. And give the cold shoulder to the person you love. Oh. Yeah. Now I get. Rydia's definitely. Shabala Shavana, then this is Dandere. I mean, how many of these tropes are there? Are we prepared for this boss? We have to fight the commander of this rebellion, or not the rebellion. I don't know. Do you watch anime, Shihali? So we got Kotos here, who can be a pain in the ass in a vanilla game, but who knows? How do we think the guest characters are? Minwoo, I'd say, is pretty experienced, I'd say, but he looks pretty young. I don't know how he managed that. Leila seems young, does she now? What? Oh shit, he's got Flare 5. Oh shit, Mayday, Mayday. I am so screwed. Tell me life works. Thank God. He leveled up life just in time. Wow, wow, what can I do here? I need some shell. I want to see how effective shell is. Pretty 40 for them. Yeah, definitely. I'd say Joseph is older than Richard actually. Let's curse him to halve his damage output. Joseph is I'm interested in Minwoo's age now. How old do you guys think he is? Because obviously he's a very accomplished white wizard, and even in Mysidia he is highly regarded. But he doesn't look that old. He's got Life 7, Cure 8, and God knows what else. I mean, obviously we know what else. At the same time, maintaining a youthful appearance. Maybe he has a hidden white magic up his sleeve that actually makes him look young. Maybe he's over 100 years old. Minwoo interests me. How many years must one have spent in Mysidia to be that accomplished and yet look that young? Minwoo's about 35. Maybe he looks 35, but how old is he actually? That's the question here. My theory is that he's a lot older than he looks. Layla, for me, I'd put her about 25 to 30. He's just a prodigy. If he is a prodigy, you know how I would treat a prodigy statistically is that he would have high intelligence, high stats, but not high levels in all his spells. In FF2, you gain levels by actually using those spells, and the level, all of his spell levels show us that he's been using them for quite a while. Okay, this guy wasn't that difficult, he just had flair. Gordon could be 16. Yeah, I would say that. Especially considering he's Scott's younger brother. Beat Commander Gotus. Okay. So now this area is encounter free and we have finally liberated Castle Finn. Now that we've done actual... Okay, hang on. I just need to take a short, small bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm just thinking that Minwoo is probably a lot more older than he looks. He either using magic gives you a youthful appearance, like it's in Wheel of Time, or I don't know. What am I doing here? So we were just looking. Maybe he's a Capricorn. To look at the main game. It's well below FF6's average. I mean, Minwoo is basically a Fusoya that we get right at the beginning of the game, and we've obviously got a justification for why Fusoya has that much magic. Fascinating, though. Fascinating. I never thought about it. The next song request stream. Unfortunately, Twitch does not allow song requests anymore. Unless I myself am the owner of that song. So, never, unfortunately. But you always have Discord, Puzzle. Why do you bother? Let me just seem to catch it. They do that anyway. They used to do that anyway. But now they have lost count. Pay attention, Shihali. It's just that they have made some changes to their terms of service. They have made it a lot stricter in for song requests and whenever you're playing audio that is not yours. I don't get a live reaction on Discord. That's true. That is true. Maybe we should have one of. Maybe we should have a channel for song requests on Discord. I've seen one in another Discord server. I'll ask Aster how he managed to set it up. And yeah, sometime we can just hang out on that channel, and we can have a song request, group song request there. I believe that is something that is possible. At last, Finn is ours once again. But which song are you planning to play? Maybe I've heard of it. I'm quite sure it must be from that 89 Blind Guardian album which you've been trashing so far. I'm worried about Min. He hasn't returned ever since he left for Mysidia. Could you go to Mysidia and check on him, please? Once again, we have to do all the work. Mysidia is a magical place. Their power may be useful against the Empire. However, Mysidia Tower is sealed by a magic barrier. You'll need 2 masks to break it. Why are we given this information, Tom? Well, it'll be made clear relatively shortly. I have to go find literally the worst song. Oh shit, I missed that. The white mask was hidden in the basement of this castle. This chant will open the basement door. Ekume. I'm sorry, but I don't know where the door is. Okay. So it's our job now to go after Minwoo, and although they only say go after Minwoo, it's now our job. Guardian of the Blind was the only one that made me skip it. Are you serious? I thought you were joking on Discord. Blind Guardian actually has a song called Guardian of the Blind. That is just lazy. Wow. That is just lazy. So we actually have to go and procure the Ultima spell ourselves, which Minwoo was tasked to, because for some reason he's not able to. We have not heard from him for a very long time, or however long it has been for us to go to Dist, return, and then go and rescue Princess. Impossible to guess. And optional. FF6's average is 26. That is very surprising, but very lot of old characters in FF6. I'll look forward to that.